Kyle, so close but yet so far in that narrow defeat today. In that last 5 or so minutes where we put pressure on that Oldham line, if we did manage to get over, do you think we would have deserved the win today?
Yeah, no doubt. But that's probably not something I'm that bothered about right now. I'd rather get over that line or win it a bit earlier actually, so yeah.
We could have won it a bit early, not for a couple of momentum killers and coach killers, you could say, during the game. How can we get past those? How do we learn from those? Is it work on the training pitch? Is it reviewing in the week? Or
I don't think we're losing games based on stuff like that. I think you could see yourself when you start watching it. There's certain things you can't actually coach. And whatever we can, trust me, we'll be doing it, and everybody will be accountable to be doing it. But I mean, ultimately, you come out after half time, you score after 10 seconds. I don't know how to coach that, if I'm honest. That's just a concentration issue, just an understanding issue of, hold on a minute, I need to do something slightly different here. Listen, it is what it is. The team have put a lot of good out there today. I mean, watch the game back, that quite outstanding in big periods. But what I did say to the team was, every team's going to have a drop off. When we drop off, we drop off. Whereas some teams will drop from 7, 8 out of 10 to 6. This team goes from 8, 9 out of 10 to 3 for a split second, and that's where you concede and stuff. So, apart from that, there's a lot of great things in there, honestly. So yeah, go again.
You had to make some enforced changes for the injuries from Featherstone. Obviously, Oldham have got a very settled spine in terms of PLT, Craven, Drinkwater, Pulisier and that. Are you proud of how we played in terms of the makeup of our side, due for it going into the house?
Absolutely. I was more than proud of the way the guys operated and how they played strong. They played direct, and that's what they're good at. They played direct, played through. They played when they needed to go to the edge. They went to the edge. But the game's about big moments in it, and moments when the game can go in the balance. And at the moment, we go off piece when the game's in the balance, and ultimately hurt ourselves, which is a bit boring actually at the moment. So no issue to get beat off a team, but I mean, I just don't like the thought of hurting ourselves when we need to have a little bit more composure, and ultimately we can't snap out of that at the moment.
We are going through a bit of a poor run of form at the moment. Are we learning the lessons of such a tight league as a Betfred Championship at the moment, where pretty much most teams are beating each other quite a lot at the moment?
Yeah, in terms of what do you mean in terms of lessons?
The fact that we are coming off the back of some referee calls, some mistakes that we are making, that sort of thing. We are learning that we're having to get over those quite quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, it's hard for the referees, isn't it? They have a tough job themselves. Don't get me wrong, I think there's no way on earth you'll ever get out of me that we've lost a game based on a referee, because that's not the way I understand rugby. You got to win the game. But I mean, some of it is shocking, and I'm probably not meant to say that, but I mean, we have to be accountable, don't we? And both ways. It's not just for us or Oldham or whatever. But I mean, I've seen in the last few weeks, some of it needs. We need to have a good look at how we officiate some of this stuff, and give them guys some help somewhere. You know what I mean? I know that there's reasons for that, but I mean, some of it's hard, isn't it, out there for them, and I'm just trying to work out. Games they're in the balance and getting shifted either side, and I don't see how they're being helped with a couple of people who aren't seeing things, what they can't see.
Focusing on the players then, Owen McCarron was a big miss when he left the field.
Yeah.
Was that him failing his HIV?
Yeah.
So he'll be out next week. Big miss. I thought he had a really good game before.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great, Owen. Yeah, so he will be.
What about the others? Obviously, we missed James Woodburn-Hall and Alfred Johnson this week in terms of injuries. How far away are them, and then the other guys that?
Alfred's been all good for a while, but Woody's not far off. He's not too bad actually. So I imagine the next week or two Woody will be back. But the other lads, selection wise, wasn't involved, but that's all right. And the lads out there today showed why. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, not a problem.
And finally, message to the fans that turned out in pretty good numbers here, obviously, it has to be said. What's your message to them for the next few games and then obviously for London next week?
Thank you for the guys who did turn up. It's much appreciated. You know, they've always been great with the team over this season, so I do appreciate it. And you know, like I always say, I look forward to seeing them, you know, at the next games, whenever that may be. So, yeah, good stuff.